everybody, it's me, Chasey Poo, and today I'm going to be doing another review for Early to Bed. Early to Bed is a website where you can get prosthetics, STPs, masturbation sleeves, prosthetics for sex, all of these different trans products on one website, and it's really great. They also sell other things. They're mostly an online sex shop, but they've catered to a lot of trans product over the years, which is why I prefer to use them, and I've used them since I was 16, whoops, and I love them. Anyways, today for Early to Bed, I'm going to be reviewing the new RODEOH prosthetic. So RODEOH is a company that started off doing packing underwear, and they have a reputation in the community. A lot of people know who they are. I'm sure you've seen their logo before, and you've seen people wear their underwear, and it's kind of posted all over Instagram. So they decided to start making prosthetics, because I'm guessing they saw that there's a huge market for it. So today I'm reviewing it's called the ultimate dual density dildo prosthetic or something like that. So first of all, when I saw this online, I want to tell you, I was impressed. I was like, wow, this is $100. It looks so realistic. It's dual density, which I'll go into in a second, just so you know what that is. I was just really impressed by the look of it, and it looked like it was going to feel really good. That was my first impression when I saw it on the website. But let me just tell you that when I got it, I was a little bit disappointed by the look of it, because online it looked so realistic. So without further ado, let me just show you what it looks like. So first of all, this is what the packaging looks like. I love me some good packaging. And this is what the peen looks like. Listen, it looks good, but the images that I saw online and my interpretation of what it was gonna look like were a little bit different. So let me bring it up close so you can see the details, and I can tell you and show you and tell you everything that I feel, because, oh baby, it's soft. All right, details, not a cat hair in sight. That means it's not sticky. Oh, I lied, I literally just saw a cat hair right there. All right, veins, realistic looking. This, I believe, is supposed to be a kind of a suction base. It's not amazing for suction, but it does feel good. And then let's show you the head. The head is a little bit squishier than the rest of the body. So what dual density means, all right, let me just keep showing you. There you go. Let me talk about dual density. Dual density means that there's a core inside, usually made out of harder silicone, and then the top layer is a softer silicone. So when you squeeze it, it's very nice and squishy up top, and then you feel the core, which makes it a more realistic feel of a firmer wiener would feel like. So it does feel very good and very realistic. Slap some lube onto this and it does feel amazing. There's another peen that this kind of reminds me of, which is the Mustang from Vixen Creations. When you put lube on that and you jack it off like this, it feels so good and so realistic. You know it's a prosthetic just because you know you're touching it and it doesn't feel like skin, but it was one of the most realistic feeling one just when you just do this with lube. Now this one is very similar because it's so soft. When you add lube to this and you do that, it feels really good. Now I'm personally not a huge fan of what the head looks like. To me this just looks a little bit like the foreskin area, whatever, is all the way down here. You can tell this is a cut peen, and it's just all the way down. Not that it's not realistic, obviously someone's wiener looks like this, all right? I'm just saying that the skin being so far down is not something that I'm used to. I'm used to it being a little bit higher up, and even in the peens that I have seen, this looks like a very cut peen, you know? It'd be great if they did make an uncut version. Now for sex, this is gonna be kind of like a typical prosthetic for sex. It doesn't have anything here to rub against you, but like I said before, it is kind of a suction cup, so it does feel good. There are lots of things that you can add to your harness though that would help to make this part less touchy to you and feel a little bit better. You can put a vibe in your harness. There's vibe specific harnesses where you can add this in the O-ring, and then there's a little slot right here for a little bullet vibe. My favorite harness forever and ever is the spare parts jock harness. That harness, you feel like you're just wearing underwear. There's no straps that you keep having to adjust during sex. You adjust it once right before, and it's elasticy, and then there's just Velcro on the sides. It is such an amazing harness. I will literally absolutely put that link in the description below. Anyway, so for sex, it feels very good, feels very realistic. As the wearer and the wearee, I like it both ways. I'm somebody though that needs to feel a little bit more connected to my prosthetics. That's why I like to have a little bit of a vibe or something rubbing up against me. So your typical pack and plays that have a little thing here, but because this is just a dildo, a prosthetic for sex that doesn't have that, I feel like I'm personally missing something, but that's just for me personally. If you're literally just looking for a dick to have sex with and to fuck with, this right here is really good. It is $100, but if you look at other prosthetics that like are realistic and have the dual density, they're about $100, $150. So this is actually a pretty typical price point for a realistic looking peen, and the bonus is that it is really soft up here. If you watch any of my reviews for the Axilum products, I always talk about how soft the prosthetics are and how soft they are. This is the same thing. I think it's food grade silicone that they use on top, which is skin safe from what I understand, and it feels very soft, and I think that companies are starting to do that. That's my guess though, I have no idea. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say about this one. If you have this, what do you think of it in the comments below? I really like the way that it feels, especially on my face, and with lube it's like extra. It doesn't seem to secrete oil up here, but it does down here because this is a stickier silicone at the base right here. All right, if you want to go get this, check out the Early to Bed website. I'll put my link in the description below, and you get a discount code. And did you know that I have an OnlyFans page where I show educational content with prosthetics? So anything that I can't show on YouTube, like me masturbating with this, for example, whoops, did I do that? You'll have to find out. Yes. You can check out my OnlyFans page. I'll link that in the description below. All right, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Early to Bed, for sending me this to review. Have a great day.